this rule I'm getting ready to tell you, and never forget it. Post BER equals tiling. Okay, you know what tiling? What I'm talking about tiling? That's what most people call it. That is the same thing. So that's a pretty good rule or tool that you have in your hand now, right? So now you know, if you look at your meter and you see post BER, and then you can go to the ground block, and if you see post BER there, and you go to the tap, you can use that to divide and conquer.
Is it going to be a number?
Yes, we're going to get to that right now. Good question. Congrats for the question. Okay. MER we talked about. MER I gave you, is 0 to 40, 45, somewhere in there. Anything, we gave you some examples are on that sheet. What's good, bad, and different for a 256 qualm and 64 qualm. Let me go one other thing before I get to that. How accurate do you have to be on 4 qualm when you're bouncing compared to, say, 16 qualm? Which one would you have to be more accurate about bouncing your circle?
16 qualm.
Correct. Which one would you have to be more accurate between 64 qualm or 256?
256.
Correct. If MER is a measure of how tight you're bouncing in this hole, and the 256 qualm holes are 1/4 the size of the 64 qualm holes, would you guess that you needed to have better MER on 256 than 64 or not? Yes. So lo and behold, when you look at your sheet, they'll have a listing for 64 qualm and a listing for 256 qualm separate. They list them separate. MER, what's good on 64 may be not good on 256, but now you know why, don't you? It's because the hole's twice as 4th the size, right? It's not as easy to bounce in those tight holes. We all know that. Okay. It's a lot easier to bounce in a big hole.
Careful, careful.
All right. Lucky this is cable. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to read MER and BER. Well, we talked about MER. We're going to do BER. BER is given and displayed in what's called scientific notation. Does anybody know what scientific notation is?
10 power.
Pretty close. Very, very. That's exactly right. That is scientific notation. There's a couple different ways to write it, but that's exactly right. When I was a kid and I had a calculator, I remember taking a little calculator and putting a big number in times another big number and trying to get that thing to break, right? And I thought, I got the calculator to air out. I thought it had a little E on it. I thought that meant air, right? I thought I was putting a big number in times another big number, and I was fooling that calculator. Little did I know the calculator was right, okay? I wish I had known that. Stupid now. But at any rate, here's what it would do. It would say something like 5e to the negative 8. Okay? That's scientific notation. Now I'm going to show you how to read that. Does anybody know how to read that on their own?
Point 0 point and then 805. Right?
Very, very close. Very close. You're right about the 8 zeros. So here's what you do. In this example, 5 is the number of errors. 5 is the number of errors. E means make a 1. And then the 8 means put 8 zeros behind the 1. $100 million. Did I do that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes, I did. 100 million. Okay? So that 5e to the negative 8 means 5 errors out of 100 million. That's what it means. 5 errors out of 100 million. And that's how you will see BER represented on your meter. All right, let's talk about a couple examples. And you guys tell me the answer to this. So I'm going to say 9e to the negative 9 or 3e to the negative 8. Which one has more errors?
3e.
Correct. Why is that?
Fewer zeros, so it's bigger.
Correct. Absolutely correct. So let's put them out here. This one would be 9 errors out of, E means make a 1 with 9 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, comma, comma, million. 1 billion. Is that right? Yeah, 1 billion. 9 errors out of a billion. In this example, it would be 3 errors out of 100 million. I only have to do it, I did just a minute ago. I put 8 zeros there and it was 100 million. So, 3 errors, although this number seems higher, 9 errors, it's out of a billion. This is 3 errors, but it's out of 100 million. So 3 errors out of 100 million would be the same thing as 6 errors out of 200 million, or 9 errors out of 300 million. And I'd rather have 9 errors out of a billion than 9 errors out of 300 billion. So
What you gotta remember is the number that's right, whichever
the
one.
moral of the story is that the first number doesn't mean diddly. The second number is the only number that's important. Okay? That's the moral of the story. And on your meter, you can just know, and you can look it up and tell us what's good, bad, and indifferent for BER. -7, -8?
-8 is good, -6 is marginal, 0.5 is good.
Correct. So that's, you're going to have that as a reference in your meter. But now you kind of know. I'd want to see -7, -8. At least I would say -6 is bad. I wouldn't leave more with -6. On the other side too, there's this whole pre-error versus post-error thing. If you see pre-errors but no post-errors, what's that mean? That means that the forward error correction, FEC, Reed-Solomon forward error correction, is fixing all of your errors. But is that okay?
No.
Modems, no, it's not okay. The modem's working fine. TV's working fine. No tiling at all. That modem is fixing all the errors, but why is that not okay?
Mentioned before that fix.
What's that? Okay. Correct. It's headroom. It's headroom, right? If I'm doing math problems and I'm fixing errors by doing math problems, don't give me too many more math problems. I'm not going to be able to fix them, right? That's just headroom that you have. And that, first of all, you're working remote. And that takes latency because it takes a while to fill in those blanks. You got to think about it, right? So you go, all right, what's my rule? My rule is this. Okay, that's in there. You know, it's got to figure all that out. That takes time. So although it's pretty quick, it causes latency. And if you're playing a video game and shooting somebody, you know, you're dead. And then those guys, the guy's calling you and complaining, right? You guys are running a service call because he died in his video game. It's the truth of the matter, and it's because you got pre-VER, post-VER, whatever it is. But at any rate, that's kind of the idea. Is that I wouldn't leave anywhere if I was an installer, and I would never leave anywhere with any errors. I wouldn't want to leave with post or pre. Now, in some systems, you do get pre-errors all the time. I used to see it in every system. And it's when Sweep first came out. You guys know what Sweep is? When Sweep first came out, the system guys, maintenance guys do Sweep. They basically take a carrier and run it from 55 up to 870, and it goes every megahertz, and it goes from the head end out to the system, and they look at their meter, and it'd be like drawing a line across the top of your channels. If you could, to see if it's all flat. They do the same thing, but there's only 2 carriers every 6 megahertz in audio and a video, and they want a lot more carriers than that, so they put one in every megahertz. It goes real fast through the system, and then a meter at the end of the line, they read it, and they look at that line that it makes across the top, and they tell whether they've got the level set right in the amps, whether they go take some pad out of the amps and push the level up, or they do the tilt too. They adjust the tilt of the channels. When you get to a house, your tilt looks like this, doesn't it? The low channels are high, the high channels are low and level. Well, at the amplifiers, they reverse that on purpose. They put an EQ in there called an equalizer, and they reverse that tilt on purpose. So because low channels go further, so as it goes down the line and starts leveling out, and it should be level by the time it gets to you. It's not. It's past level and down to where channel 2 is hotter. It's every system's like that. But that's the concept, and that's the idea. Well, sweep systems used to get in the middle of digital carriers where they set up their guard bands right, because you can't put a digital carrier through there. Or a sweep carrier through there. A digital carrier looks like this. They call it a haystack, is what they call it, but it's a continuous